Welcome to Onaway State Park. Sorry about the wind, it is windy. And this is our only opportunity because it has been raining and also we haven't done it yet. But anyway, down there is the entrance. You come in and you check in at the registration office and then you drive this way. There's no gate or anything. Down there is the beach or the boat launch area, and then to the right here is the campground. There's a day use area, but there's really nothing there other than a parking lot and some vault toilets,
right,
and access to the water.
A couple of picnic tables, I think, right?
Yeah, I walked there yesterday and the picnic tables were occupied by people,
right? So
I didn't really like go and see any of it.
Yeah, and the pavilion, we don't know when it will be built.
Right, but there's one in the works apparently. This is the camp host site here. You can see they've got some tables set up there. And I think, at least this camp host, I don't know if all of them do it, but like on Sundays, they do coffee and donuts, and they do activities on other things. We don't participate, but
if you're extroverted,
there.
You might really enjoy that.
That's right. As you come in here on the left, there's the dump station. It's 2 slips. There's non-potable water and potable water. There's a library inside this thing right here, and then also a message board and all kinds of stuff there. All right, this is set up kind of odd. We start off campsites 39 through 54 and 59 through 80 are this way. I think 1 through 20 are down at the very bottom, right?
Right.
Along the lake. The speed limit is 5 miles an hour, but we are in Michigan and
no
people
one obeys the speed limit.
drive faster in Michigan.
They got places to be.
That's right. So, because the numbers are all kind of weird in this area, we won't be going in order from 1 to
right, yeah.
80 or whatever the highest number is.
Yeah,
okay?
you'll have to look at like a map.
Yeah.
So this park has been, I mean, when we first got here, it was on a Friday and
Correct.
It was very crowded.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really tell it now as far as like what it looks like when there's a lot of people here, but it's, you know, the sites are not really close together, but close enough where it's like, okay, you know.
Right.
And but it was quiet though. It wasn't a loud campground,
No,
even though
not
it was
at all.
full.
And to give you an idea, this is August 28th today, so we are here the week before Labor Day. So I think some schools are still out. People are, you know, still camping. These are bathrooms and also showers.
The showers are great. They're like, they don't seem very old at all, and they stay relatively clean.
Mm-hmm.
And they're single, you know, it's just a room with a shower in it, so
Right.
that's really nice. And it's not push button, it's like the little regular old, like
Spin
you had in
nozzle,
a regular
thing.
house. Yeah. And the water is really nice and hot, which is not always something you can get at a campground. Sometimes, like,
Right.
sometimes the hottest you can go is like
85 degrees.
yeah, it's just like just slightly colder than I would want it to be.
Yeah.
But this has been fantastic. So plenty of space in there too, where you can hang up your
Yeah.
bag and
The
whatnot.
only issue I had is that it doesn't seem like they vent out very well. So it's hot because of the hot shower. It gets
Yeah,
steamy,
it does get
and so
very
there's
steamy.
water on the bench and on the walls and on the
This
hooks
is
and all
true.
that stuff.
This is true.
But super happy
Yeah.
with the way that they are.
Yeah, because the last place we were at, it was not very. It was a push button shower and not very warm.
Right.
So
but clean and
clean, yeah.
available,
Yeah.
and separate individual showers.
Mhm.
So that was good.
So this is on. We forgot to say Black Lake,
Yes.
and it is gorgeous. The water is so clear, and it's a big, beautiful lake. Beautiful sunsets that we can see from our RV in the evening.
Yeah,
so,
we're in site number 41. So from there, looking out of our window, we can see the sunset over the lake. And I think number 28, you could do the same thing. And then, of course, some of the ones along the lake itself. Although, you may not be able to see the sunset at the campsites that are along the lake because they are facing north and not west.
Right, yeah.
So.
But, well, and another thing is there's no water at the campsites. So you do have to, you know, go get your fresh water from, they have a couple of spots where you can
show you one.
just get the faucet. Or at the dump station, if you're a brave person, you can use the thing that says
drinking
potable
water.
or you know, drinking water. It's not right next to the hole for your poop water, but I just feel weird about it. So we get it from the other ones. But
and there is something else about the dump station. It's got, now we haven't been down there yet, so I don't know if it's got it's like permanently affixed or what. But there is a shared stinky slinky there.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't think there's a separate loop, but that direction there are other campsites.
Right.
And I don't remember the numbers for sure, maybe 34, and then there's some other ones.
Like 82.
82.
It's very weird. The numbering system is just weird. I tried to figure it out and I don't really understand it.
Here's a water thing. So you see there's that right there. You can use it to fill up your a bucket or a 5-gallon whatever and then take it back to your RV and do that. Or if you're close to one, you could maybe put a hose under it and see if it'll get pressure. But it doesn't have
it doesn't have a screw-on thing.
Right. You can't connect it to it. So the numbering of the sites is weird, as we mentioned.
But it's neat. At our campsite, there's a bench, and there's a picnic table, and a fire pit, a nice fire pit.
Yeah, I see that. There's not a bench at all of the fire pits, but ours does have a bench and a picnic table.
We're very blessed. So.
And as you can see, I mean, look at these trees.
Oh my gosh. And there is this great little footpath over next to the boat ramp. And if you just go over there, I'm telling you, it is beautiful. There are cedar trees, and it feels very close in together. Oh man, it's just beautiful. And combine that with the lake, there's like little rocky points where you can walk out on and just look out over the lake. It is beautiful.
Yep. So again, here's the dump station. The red post is non-potable water. Then there's 2 green ones for potable, and it's got the shared thing. We go out and sit at those picnic tables and look out over the water to have coffee or whatever. It's beautiful. Today's actually colder and windier than it has been.
Yeah, but although it was cold the first day we got here, or like the first morning, it was a Saturday morning, and man, it was very, very chilly.
That's true. Okay, so as you can see, that road that we talked about, it's sites 28 through 34 and 81 through 85. So figure that out for yourself. And then down here is the Shoreview Camper Cabin and campsites 1 through 25. So here's the cabin. It's got a little parking and then also a deck. You can look out over the lake. I bet that's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
During some times there. It was established in 2008.
Yeah.
I guess right before the economy collapsed. Or maybe Michigan just doesn't care about that.
Yeah. But now we are from this campground, we're about an hour away from Mackinaw City.
Less than an hour,
and the bridge. And we went there yesterday to Mackinaw City, and it was beautiful. We were going to go to Mackinac Island, but it was going to be $100 to just ride the ferry over. So that's like not including, any kind of meals you might want to eat over there, or any kind of shopping you might want to do. So we said, you know what, $100 for our family to go across, it's just not worth it with our kids' ages and stuff. Because we're still at that age of parenting where it's kind of like, the 7-year-old might have an attitude that day, and I like not having too much invested. Like if we need to go, we can go. You know? And
we want to have a good time, and then if we're not, we want to be able to leave without it being that big of a deal.
Right, like it's like if you go to Disney with little kids, you're gonna have a good time. We've already spent our life savings on
here.
But Mackinaw City, I loved it. I mean, very walkable. We parked at the lighthouse, and we walked from there into the main part of town. We ate at Scalawags, which was, I loved it. And the kids loved it. You were,
Yeah, I was.
well, he gets nervous in places. I don't know.
That was,
I don't know.
had nothing to do with it.
But I love fried
Maybe
fish.
I ordered the wrong thing.
Here's what I'll say. I love fish, and that fish just tasted so fresh and delicious, and it was a very popular place too.
So this is campsite number 1. I was just going to show you what, if you got campsite number 1, what you would see out of the side of your thing here. So you could just be parked here and looking out there and not have to look at anybody.
Right.
And you've got access to the water right there. You just go down to your own little beach. You can swim right there. It'll be beautiful. All right, so we'll spin back around and continue on to the... Oh, there's dog poop. Look out for that.
Yeah. So, Mackinaw City. What else? Oh, and we also went to this little bakery and got this huge donut. I don't even know what they called it. Do you know what they called it?
It didn't say anything. It was just a big
huge.
donut. Yeah.
They're just huge donuts. It was called, was it Mackinaw?
I think Mackinaw City Bakery.
City Bakery,
and,
yeah.
And cafe or coffee shop or something.
Yeah, we
like
got
that.
coffee. Like the kid, let's see. We got like hot chocolate and milk chocolate for the kids. So,
chocolate milk.
chocolate. Yeah, not milk chocolate. Milk chocolate milk. But it was just a lovely little trip. I thought that we let the kids play on a playground, and in fact, what we've found for our kids and just for us in general, just walking around the city, maybe go to one place to eat, and then let the kids find a playground to play around on. They're happy. We're happy. It's a good mix.
Yep.
It seems like if we just have those elements in our day, that goes a lot better than, say, trying to go to a museum and have them enjoy that, because they really just don't at this stage of life. And so instead of trying to force that on them, we've just said, okay.
Yeah. It makes our
museums
life
are expensive
easier
anyway a lot of times. So I mean, not all of them, but some of them are going to be at least like $50 for a family of 5. So so less stress for us.
Yeah.
More fun in general. So
when they're free, that's okay for us. We can walk in, kind of see whatever, and then leave. It's no big deal. It's free.
If they're having a bad time, we can just leave without feeling like, oh, we just spent money on this, and so, and if it's one that I really want to see, but the kids don't really want to see, I'll go, or you'll, we try not to think in terms of, well, we all have to go do it if there's something that we really want to see.
Yeah, like we were in Augusta, Georgia, and there was an art museum. We were all in the city together walking around, and there was an art museum there. And I think it was only like $5 or something like that. You went to enjoy the art, and I just walked along the river walk with the kids, and then you met up with us.
And you played
later.
on a playground. So, and they played on a playground, had a fantastic time, and we all just had a much better time, I think, than we would have if we had all tried to go and force things upon them.
Exactly. Nobody would have enjoyed it.
Right. Yeah, it makes it not fun for anyone.
So one thing that I'll note is when we were in Mackinaw City, it's on Lake Huron, and the water there was turquoise, which I would not have expected with the Great Lakes. I didn't know anything really about what they would look like, but that has been what we see. I think actually it was the prettiest so far.
Yes.
Because we've seen Lake Ontario and Lake Erie and Huron, and then also after that we went to go look at Lake Michigan, which was also beautiful and turquoise-ish.
Yeah.
So Lake Superior, you got something to live up to with your name there.
Yeah. Oh man, but it's just the Great Lakes in general. I'm telling you, it's been so surprising to me how great they are. I mean,
right?
That's why they call them that, I suppose. But I don't know. I just never thought of them as being that big. Even though they're the Great Lakes, I thought, but they're huge and really beautiful. So
I think the last thing we'll note, since we've walked by all the sites, is this lower shower building.
Oh yeah.
It's not currently open, but they've got a sign there that says help us revive it, that they're currently seeking donations to restore the structure and renovate the interior. So if you're interested in that above and beyond your dues to camp here, then you can do that. All right.
Yep.
So I think that's We've only been here for a week. We didn't mention that.
Oh, well, and Sheboygan is kind of nearby, like 30 minutes away. That's where you can go to the Walmart if you're here and you need something like that.
Yeah, and there's a laundromat there. We didn't have to do laundry while we were here, but overall it's been a great place. I think we would have stayed here a week for sure, but there was not availability on Labor Day weekend, so we're going to be traveling
5 hours.
Yeah, 5 or 6 hours to
an undisclosed location.
Yeah, because I can't remember the name, but it's in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So fingers crossed for the drive across the Mackinac Bridge in the RV on Friday.
Here we go.
Thanks for joining us, and if we put out another video after this, it's because we survived the bridge crossing.